Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Football Palestine Extra Special Edition. This one, an interview with a former national team player, Rami El-Hassan, who played for the national team during the 2006 World Cup qualification campaign and is now the first Palestinian to coach in the Saudi Pro League, the current coach of Ra'id in Saudi Arabia. Captain Rami, how are you?
Hi, Basil, and hi for everybody on your Instagram, your listeners, and the people who you watch us. So we can start.
Yeah. So I want people to know a little bit about you because you're from an older generation, right? You played for the national team. It's hard to imagine this because I remember watching you and watching that generation, but it's 20 years ago now. So you were born in Lebanon. You were part of the Palestinian community born in Lebanon. You were born in and grew up in a refugee camp called Nahr al-Barid, or people who don't know, it's a little bit outside of Tripoli, so the northern part of Lebanon. And you had your career start there, and you started at a very young age. And for people who don't know, in Lebanon, Palestinian players are counted as foreigners, but each club can register one Palestinian as a local player. So if you are a Palestinian footballer in Lebanon, there's intense competition for that roster spot. Tell us, like, how difficult was it for you to make a debut? And you debuted at a very young age.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I will give you an introduction about myself, and then we speak about how I started, etc., etc. Well, my name is Rami El-Hassan. I was born in 1979. I'm a Palestinian, and I have also the Spanish nationality. And I was born in Nahr al-Barid in the north of Lebanon. And of course, you know, as any child there, I started to play football early in my childhood there in a local team named Al Nasira. And by the way, Nasira, because this name is like, you know, the roots of my grandfathers are from there, from this city, and also most of my family, my father, my uncles, they played football. So we are a sportive family. Then when I started studying in the high school in Tripoli city, around at the age 16 years old, I was chosen to play football in the school team. And we participate, you know, in some schools tournaments they make there. So in one game in that tournament, we were playing in the field where a team, Lebanese team, they was training there. They were sharing the field with us. Actually, it was for them, and our school took that field to play the game of the tournament there. This team was in Tripoli city. The name was Riyada Wal Adab. It's a historical club there in Lebanon before. Now the team in the last years is not in a good situation. But anyway, and at the end, in one game, by coincidence, the Egyptian coach of that club in that time, he was there waiting us to finish the game to start their training. So when we finish our game, somebody of that club plus the coach, they came and they spoke to me. They asked me some questions like where you are from, where you play, if I have an official contract with any other club, my age, etc. So I said that no, I don't have any official contract with any club. They offered, so they start to talk to me, and they offered me to come to train with their team because they watched that I did a good performance in that game, and they lied, and they said to me they can register me in their club. Well, because I was young, 16 years old or 16 and a half, more or less. And when I went back home, I said to him, I will speak to my father. when I spoke to my father about what happened and what those people they were offering me. So, you know, as all fathers, Palestinian fathers, my dad was worried more about my studies because, you know, there in that time, studying was the priority for us, for our better future, for the long-term life, I mean, for the future. So he said to me, I know you love football and you have potential since you were a child, and maybe this is an opportunity for you. And as I always encouraged you to take decisions that make you feel good, but honestly, I am worried that you might lose your focus on the studies and the school, because actually in the school I was always like you can say a good student with good grades actually, since I was a very child. So I said to my father, don't worry, I promise you that I can do both well. I mean, like playing football, going further in football, trying to go further in the football. And at the same time, promise you, I will keep focusing on my school studies. And if you see in one moment or in any moment that I start to lose my focus on my school studies, you can stop me from playing there. And I think I completed and I kept my promise to my father, because in that time I finished my 3 years the high school, then I moved to the university, all playing football. I mean, I moved from amateur to play like a professional, because in that time I was paid by this team on the other team, because I moved after that to another team. I will speak later about it. Then I moved to the university and I got my degree, 4 years BA university. So he believed in me and he let me to sign my first professional contract with that team. I had only I remember 16 and some months years old. Then when I joined that club, the coach decided immediately to take me to make trainings with the first team, who was playing in the first division there. First division in Lebanon was like the maximum category in that time. And I never played with the youth team. So he said to me, you will be always with us in the first team. And as you said, in that time, the league rules, it was permitted for only one Palestinian born in Lebanon for each club to play or to be in the squad. I mean, the squad like in the sheet score, like on the bench plus 11 on the field. So Alhamdulillah, I made my debut or my first game. I remember in the season 1996, I think. In the second week, he put me to play. The second week, I played in that game. And I was 16 and about, I think, 10 months. I didn't complete yet 17 years old. And I was one of the youngest player in the league in that time, not only in my club, but also in the league. Then after some season, I had an injury in my knee, cross ligament operation. Then I got recovered and I moved to another club, also in the first division, called Salam Zgharta, also in the north of Lebanon, with a French coach who took me to this club. And in that team, I did one of the best seasons in my career. I think in the season 2002-2003, I was the third top scorer in the ranking of top scorers, the third one, in the third place. Despite I was playing as a midfielder. I was not a striker. So this is more or less my career from the beginning till I moved to these two clubs.
Yeah, and it was during that time, I think right the back of the season where you scored 12 goals, or the third top scorer in the Lebanese league, that you made your debut, or you were discovered by the Palestine FA. So my question to you is, you know, especially in that part of the world, we're talking, it's before YouTube. YouTube didn't exist. All the social media didn't exist. Okay, there was the internet, but you're still talking about, yeah, you have to maybe go onto a website for a newspaper, read reports, find out that, no, this player is actually Palestinian. How did they find you? What was the process of being discovered as a Palestinian player that doesn't play in Palestine?
Well, between 2002, 2003, the Palestinian Federation, Football Federation, they started to prepare a national team, Palestinian national team, to play in the World Cup qualifications 2006. So in addition to the Palestinian players who already live and they play inside Palestine, also they started to bring some Palestinian players from outside of Palestine, like from Lebanon, from Syria, some players with the double nationalities who has Palestinian origins, like in South America, Chile, Argentina, or Argentine, and some other